fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver. The Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. Nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver. Let's go, big fellow. Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
Alkali Pickens brought his horse to a halt in a clearing less than half a day's travel from Modoc City. As he dismounted, the old man's black and white dog Sam scouted the area eagerly.
Well, what do you think of this for a campsite, Sam? You like it, huh, fella? Oh, when you get tired chasing that jackrabbit, come back here for grub.
Never mind reaching for your saddlebag, mister.
What?
Raise your hands and keep them high.
What's the idea of holding a gun on me?
Draw yours slowly and drop it.
But
You heard me.
I reckon I've no choice.
You've a choice. Do as you're told or I'll blow your head off.
That's what I thought. All right.
Now drop the gun. That's better. Kick it this way.
There.
Thanks. I've got it.
You're going to a lot of trouble if you're after the little bit of cash I'm carrying.
I'll take the cash. But I'm more interested in your horse.
My horse.
Yeah. Mine threw me about a mile from here and cleared out. I don't like traveling on foot.
Neither do I, doggone it.
From here on, I ride and you walk.
Why, you no good thieving skunk.
Keep your hands up while I search you for cash.
Yeah, I'll fix you. Sam! Hey, Sam!
I saw that dog when you drew rein here.
He'll come back on the double and deal with you. He's not big, but he's a plenty smart.
If he shows himself, I'll stop him with a bullet.
No, don't shoot, Sam.
Well, then shut up.
Oh, dad rat, my muddy luck.
Yeah. What's this in your pocket?
That's my poke.
Not much in it.
I told you I didn't have much cash.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. Now, if you're smart, you'll not try to follow me. Because if you do, I'll drop you in your tracks. Steady, boy. And that goes for your dog, too.
You're taking my gun, my grub, my horse.
You're lucky I'm leaving you alive. Come on, get up there. Get up. there. Whoa. Steady.
Late that night, the horse thief named Burro Bates drew Alkali's chestnut mare to a halt in front of the Silver Eagle Cafe in Modoc City. He entered the cafe and sat down at a corner table. As he finished a light meal, a cowhand known as Hub Jackson joined him.
Howdy, Hub.
On the hotel porch when you rode into town.
I hoped you'd show up before the time came to pay for my meal.
You're short of cash?
Ran out yesterday. All I have in my pocket was stolen from an old-timer.
Sounds like you didn't make much of a haul.
My luck's against me lately.
Yeah? Well, that makes two of us.
Is that why you sent for me?
Yep.
I thought you were on top of the world. Making good wages, a top hand at the Lazy Q.
I worked hard for my wages.
You never worked hard for anyone but yourself, Hub.
Figured I was working for myself.
What do you mean?
Thought I'd get the Lazy Q when Tom Quigley died.
How'd you plan to cut out his relatives?
He didn't have any.
In that case, he might leave the spread to you.
He died a couple of days before I wrote asking you to come here.
Did you kill him?
Did I? Of course not. He died of pneumonia. But I might have killed him if I'd have known what he planned to do. He made a will, leaving the ranch and everything he owns to a dog and the old gent who owns him.
A dog?
Yeah. And I checked with a lawyer in town and found out the will's legal.
Well, if I didn't know better, I'd think you'd gone loco. Who ever heard of anyone leaving a ranch to a dog?
Well, listen to this. Years ago, Quigley went to Kansas City to sell a herd of cattle. He stayed overnight in a hotel. And he'd have been trapped when the place caught fire if it hadn't have been for a black and white pup.
What'd the pup do?
Sounded the alarm. A few minutes after Quigley and some of the other fellas got out, the walls of the hotel collapsed.
Why'd he wait so long to reward the dog?
He tried to find the dog and his owner, but he didn't have any luck.
Who's the owner?
A gent named Alkali Pickens. Pooches called Sam.
Sam?
Yeah. I've been nearly loco trying to think of a way to keep Pickens and the dog from taking over one of the best ranches in these parts. If I could just find him, I'd...
The old-timer I robbed had a dog named Sam.
What? Hey, are you sure?
That's what the old fella called him. What's more, the dog was black and white.
With a black patch over his right eye, 3 black feet?
Well, he had a patch over one eye, but I'm not sure it was the right one.
Well, now look. Was the man's name Pickens?
Well, I don't know, but I found some papers in his saddlebag that might tell who he is.
Well, what'd you do with the papers?
Well, they're here in my pocket. I plan to read them later.
Let's see them.
Yeah, sure. Here.
Doggone. Alkali Pickens.
Huh?
Look, they're identification papers.
They identify Pickens?
Sure. Here's his name.
Great day alive. How our luck's changed.
You bet it's changed. All we have to do now is kill Pickens, get the dog...
Not so fast, Hub.
Why? What's wrong?
If you want any killing done, do it yourself.
Why can't you, Jughead? I'm too well known around here. But you could get away with it.
Oh, no. The law east of here wants me for a lot of crimes, but so far no one has murdered against me.
But the Lazy Q is worth the risk, Burro. If we get it, we'll be on easy street for the rest of our lives.
But murder, I can't...
Take your choice. Spend the rest of your days as a 2-bit thief on the dodge, or assume Alkali's identity and live like a king.
You want me to pose as Alkali?
That's right. When you shoot him, plant your identification in his pockets. The law will think the dead man's Burro Bates.
Maybe someone around here knows Alkali.
Oh, Quigley's lawyers spend a lot of time trying to find someone who knows Alkali. So far, he's drawn a blank. And no one in these parts knows you either.
Well, if they did, I wouldn't have come here, Hub. I'm wanted in Missouri and the... Hey, look who just came through the door.
Huh? Oh, Marshal Jim Fraser.
I better get out of here.
Relax. He has nothing on you. Look, where'd you leave Alkali Pickens?
About half a day's travel from town.
Was he heading this way?
I think so.
And he ought to be here by this time.
He's on foot.
Hmm?
I stole his horse and took his gun.
Then he's helpless. Why, it'll be easy to gun him.
I hope so.
Now, look, after you shoot Pickens, get his dog.
Where'll you be?
At the Lazy Q. I'll wait for you at the ranch house.
But I have no way of knowing where to find Alkali.
We'll start by riding your back trail.
What'll I get out of this deal?
As the dog's owner, you'll control the lazy Q. Now go on, get going, Burro. And be sure you don't make any mistakes.
Yeah, I'll be careful. I don't want to put my neck in the noose.
Several hours later, the Lone Ranger and Tonto were riding toward Modoc City when they were startled by the sound of gunplay.
There's trouble on trail ahead, Kimasabi.
We'll investigate, Tonto. Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
The masked man and Tonto rounded a bend in the trail and drew rein suddenly. Alkali Pickens lay on the moonlit ground with a black and white dog named Sam whimpering anxiously at his side. As the Lone Ranger swung from the saddle,
Big fella.
he said,
Tonto, try to find the man who fired those shots. I'll see how badly this man's hurt.
Me savvy. Get him up, Scout.
Steady, fella, steady. I'll not hurt your master.
Oh, Sam, you hurt too?
Your dog's all right.
You're masked.
I'll not harm you. I'll take it easy while I examine your wound.
I'm hit in the shoulder. Feels like a flesh wound, but the bullet downed
The
me.
impact knocked you to the ground.
Dirty, dry, gulching skunk.
I have first aid supplies in my saddlebag. I'll bandage your wound. Where's your horse?
I'm on foot. A sneaking, thieving varmint robbed me this afternoon. Stole my mare, Nellie. Took my gun and our grub and left me.
Steady, Silver, easy.
That's why your mask doesn't bother me, mister. I've nothing left for anyone to steal.
Well, I'm not an outlaw.
Wouldn't matter whether you are or not.
Could you describe the man who robbed you?
I can do better than that. Sam, my dog, he knows Nellie's scent. We were trailing her and that horse thief when I stopped the bullet. Thunderation, more gunplay.
The man who shot you may have opened fire on Tonto.
Why, your pal might need help. Sakes alive, mister, you'd better leave me and go after him. I'll be all right. I've Sam to stand guard.
Sam won't be able to save you from a dry gulcher.
Oh, don't worry about me. I don't want to be the cause of your pal being shot.
He's coming back.
Maybe that rider's the polecat who gunned me.
If it were, he'd try to take us by surprise.
Sounds like only one horseman.
Yes, I see him now. It's Tonto.
Then he didn't get the dry gulcher. Unless he drilled the critter.
You'll soon know what the gunplay meant.
Oh, Scout. Oh, fella. Easy, Scout. Easy, fella.
Well, what happened, Tonto?
When me find tracks of ambusher, Kimasabi, and me start following. Then him open fire.
Doggone.
And me shoot back and think one shot hit him.
Good.
But him on hill, side of trail. Me have to cross open country to move in on him.
You'd have been loco to ride into the open.
Well, that why me turn back. Me wait little while, then try pick up trail again.
Now that he knows someone's after him, he'll try to cover his tracks.
How bad this fella hurt?
Oh, he has a flesh wound, Tonto.
And I'm downright obliged to you for fixing it, mister. Oh, I'm Alkali Pickens. This is my dog, Sam.
I'm glad we were able to help you, Alkali.
You were a mighty big help. If it hadn't been for you two, the dry gulcher'd probably have tried to finish what he started. You scared him away.
Well, Tonto will take you into town on scout and report the robbery and the shooting to Marshal Fraser. When you see the Marshal, Tonto, give him these handbills.
What's that?
You're sending handbills to a United States Marshal?
The Marshal's an old friend of ours, Alkali.
What?
These notices were issued in Missouri. Lawmen west of there haven't received them yet.
I can't savvy how a masked man and a lawman could be friends. But then... Oh, she's dropped one of the handbills.
I'll get it.
Oh, I've already got it. Here. What? Jumping Jupiter! Look at this critter.
Yes, that's Burro Bates. He's wanted for a number of robberies.
He's the feller who robbed me.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger adventure. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now to continue. When Alkali saw a handbill on Burro Bates, he immediately recognized him as the man who had taken his horse and gold. The Lone Ranger held the handbill in front of Alkali a moment, saying,
Now, look again. Are you sure that's the thief?
You're doggone right, I'm sure.
Oh, Marshal Jim be plenty glad to know Burro Bates round here.
Well, you ride to town to see him, Tonto. I'll try to follow the ambusher.
Maybe Sam and I'll be able to help you, mister.
Oh, what do you mean, Alkali?
Sam might not look it, but he's mighty good at following a trail. He'll be able to trail the dry gulcher.
Maybe you track fella faster with dog's help, Kimasabi.
Yes, you may be right.
You said yourself that the critter tried to cover his tracks now that he knows he'll be followed. But whether he covers them or not, he can't fool Sam. I'll ride with you.
But what about your wound?
Oh, this scratch won't keep me down. I'm fit to travel.
Well, all right, Alkali. We'll ride together. I'll meet you later at the marshal's office in Modoc City, Tonto.
Oh, Scout. Oh, fella. Easy, Scout. Easy.
It was after midnight when Tonto drew rein in the moonlight in front of Marshal Jim Fraser's office in Modoc City. The oil lamp burning inside indicated that the marshal was there, so Tonto entered.
Well, Tonto, how are you? Glad to see you. How's your masked friend?
Oh, him fine. Marshal Jim, me have something to tell you.
The young lawman greeted him warmly and listened attentively to the account of the ambush in the hills. Then, as the Indian took the handbills from his pocket, Marshal Jim said,
Tonto, a lawyer here in town, has been trying to find a gent named Alkali Pickens and a dog named Sam.
A man who gets shot named Pickens. And him own dog, him called Sam.
And Pickens and Sam better call on Lawyer Clark.
Oh, why lawyer wants see Alkali?
Tell him Quigley, the owner of the Lazy Q Ranch, left a will naming those two as his heirs.
Oh, that plenty good news for old feller.
Where is he now?
Well, him with Lone Ranger. Them look for ambusher. Lone Ranger tell me report to you, give you these handbills.
These are new ones.
That's right. This fella, Burro Bates, robbed Alkali Pickens this morning. A steel horse, money, gun.
He must have been riding a stolen horse when he came into town.
Burro Bates in Modoc City?
Uh-huh. I saw him in the cafe tonight. Hub Jackson was with him.
You think Bates still here?
He rode out of town after he left the cafe. But Jackson may know where he was heading. Come on, Tonto. We'll ride to the Lazy Q and question Hub.
Tonto and Marshal Fraser were but a short distance from the Lazy Q when Burro Bates halted the stolen mare in front of the ranch house. He dismounted awkwardly.
Burro. Just a minute, Hub.
What's wrong?
I stopped a bullet.
I thought you disarmed Pickens.
Pickens didn't gun me.
Come on inside. I'll look at your arm.
Feels like it's busted. Tried to bandage it, but didn't do a good job.
You go to the kitchen where there's water to bathe the wound.
Is anyone around over here?
No, so start talking.
I didn't get the dog.
Oh, so you bungled a chance to grab this ranch.
I did my best.
Yeah, but we need the dog.
They got him after I dropped Pickens. But a couple of riders must have heard the gunplay. Before I knew where they came from, one of them dismounted to help Alkali, and the other started after me.
So what'd you do?
I cleared out while I had the chance. That rider kept after me. I opened fire, thinking to stop him.
Well, did you get him?
My shot was high.
Yeah, it's too bad he hit you in the arm instead of blowing your head off.
Why, you...
I should have done the job myself.
That would have been all right with me.
Thanks to you, we've missed our chance to get this spread.
I dropped Alkali.
Hold still till I get this wound washed.
Ooh. If we find the dog, we can still go through with the plan.
Yeah. Might turn up in town.
If he does, I'll claim him. I have Alkali's papers. They'll prove I'm Pickens.
Did you kill Pickens?
I saw him fall.
Gotta be sure he's dead.
I couldn't make sure of it, Hub. I tell you, I had to clear out while I had the chance. I didn't want to risk being seen and charged with a murder rap. Who's that?
Maybe one of the boys from the bunkhouse.
Oh, I'd better go in the next room so I'll not be seen.
That's a good idea.
Give me that dry cloth. Now that the wound's clean, I'll use that to bandage it.
Here, take it.
Whoever that is trying to get in.
Well, the door's locked. I'll open it soon as you're out of sight.
Good thing the shades are drawn. All right, Hub. Open it.
Right.
Hello, Hub.
Well, Marshal Jim.
Mind if Tonto and I step inside?
Well, no, of course not. Come on in.
Thanks. Where is he, Hub?
Where's who?
The dry gulcher who was riding the horse we saw in front?
Why, I don't know what you're talking about.
We noticed the horse when we drew rein. Tonto recognized it as one he saw earlier tonight when he started to follow a fellow who ambushed Alkali Pickens.
Oh.
Tonto and the gunman traded lead, but the fella got away.
That's right.
The front of the house was dark, but we saw lights back here, so we came to the kitchen door.
Oh, but... Well, you've made a mistake.
You're the one who's making the mistake if you try to hide that skunk, Hub. Now be smart and turn him over to us.
Well, Look, I don't savvy why you come here looking for a dry gulcher.
I came here to ask you about an outlaw named Burro Bates.
Burro Bates? How'd you know about Bates?
I've found out plenty about him. He's wanted for robbery in Missouri. And he's wanted here for stealing Alkali's horse, his cash, and his gun.
Oh. Well, I saw Bates in the cafe in town tonight.
Uh-huh. And I saw you with him.
But listen, I didn't know he was an outlaw.
I'll get to him later. Right now, I want the man who shot Alkali.
He's not here.
Marshal Jim, you look at basin of water on table, and their cloth beside it.
Looks like you used it to clean a wound of some kind, Hub.
Why,
Me shoot feller tonight, and me think bullet hit him in arm.
You did.
Hey.
What?
You're covered, Marshal. So are you, Redskin.
Hey, Burro, why'd you show yourself?
I haven't need to search the place. Keep your hands up.
I better take their guns.
Go ahead.
Hub siding with this polecat'll get you into trouble. He's a wanted outlaw. He robbed Alkali this afternoon and shot him a couple of hours ago on the trail outside of town.
You're not telling them anything he doesn't know.
All right, I got their guns. Now, what'll we do?
The Injun's the only one who saw me after I shot Alkali. We get rid of these two, I'll be in the clear.
And you were the one who didn't want to commit murder.
If I go to jail for what the law's got against me now, I'll be there for the rest of my life.
But 2 killings are...
If we don't kill him, you'll go to jail.
But that doesn't mean...
You wanted me to shoot Alkali. It was your scheme to steal the dog.
So that was it, Hub.
You sent for me thinking I'd be able to help you get the lazy Q.
Well, our plan didn't work thanks to you and your bungling.
We might still be able to work it.
You're wrong.
Hey, what?
Drop the gun, Bates. You too, Hub.
A masked man.
Get him!
No!
Hub whirled to fire the guns he had taken from Marshal Jim and Tonto, but the Lone Ranger's twin Colts were already in action. Silver bullets brushed Hub's left hand and struck his right arm. Meanwhile, Tonto had taken advantage of the unexpected turn of events by charging Burro Bates. He held the outlaw's gun hand and commanded,
You drop gun.
My arm!
Let go gun.
No, not on your life!
You drop gun or me break arm.
Oh!
He dropped it, Tonto.
Oh, my arm, you doggone near busted my arm.
Look, I'm hurt. My hand and my arm.
You're not hurt half as bad as you deserve to be, Hub. I'll take care of your wounds in a minute.
Marshal, Hub Jackson dropped your gun.
Uh-huh. I've got it, mister. Here's yours, Tonto.
Me keep crooks covered,
Come on,
King Sammy.
Sam. Hey, did I miss the gunplay?
It's all over, Alkali.
Oh, doggone it. Just because Sam and I stopped to see Nellie, I missed the excitement.
Nellie?
The chestnut mare out front. That skunk stole her from me. Sam and I were mighty glad to see her again.
Marshal Jim, this is Alkali Pickens.
Howdy, Marshal.
Howdy.
Meet my dog, Sam. Sam helped the masked man follow the trail of the dry gulcher who shot me.
So that's what brought you here.
Yes, Marshal.
Bates has admitted robbing and shooting Alkali.
Oh, I'm downright glad he's pay for it.
I've more good news for you, Alkali.
Huh?
Do you know who owned this ranch?
I never saw the place before. But it's sure a mighty fine spread.
It belonged to a man named Tom Quigley.
Quigley?
Your dog Sam saved him from a fire in Kansas City years ago.
Oh, Sam sounded an alarm, giving a lot of fellers time to get out of that burning hotel before it collapsed.
Well, Quigley was one of those men.
Oh.
When he died a month ago, he left a will saying this ranch and everything he had was to go to Sam and the man who owned him.
What? Great sakes alive.
What about Quigley's relatives, Marshal?
Oh, he didn't have a relative in the world, mister.
Sam.
He said no one alive had a claim on him except Sam.
Congratulations, Alkali.
Oh, gosh, mister, I'm no hero. Sam deserves the credit. Doggone it, I can't believe we'll really have a home after all these years of drifting.
Lazy Q is a valuable ranch. So valuable, Hub Jackson and Burrow were scheming to take it over.
Will you need help to take the prisoners to town, Marshal Jim?
I'll be able to manage him, mister.
In that case, Tonto and I'll leave. Remember us to our friends in Modoc City, will you?
I'll do that. And, thanks a lot for saving my hide. If you hadn't come along, these critters would have killed Tonto and me.
I'm glad I arrived in time. Are you ready, Tonto?
Me ready, Kimasabi.
Goodbye, Alkali.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Oh, mister, my luck's so good right now, I can't believe it. Thanks for everything.
You're more than welcome. Adios.
Goodbye. Bye. You hate to see him go, don't you, Sam? So do I, fella. He turned out to be a mighty good friend.
Cheer up, Alkali. Maybe you and Sam will see him again.
You think he'll come back to these parts, Marshal Jim?
I sure hope so. I don't know what we'd do without the Lone Ranger.
This is a feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated, created by George W. Trendle, produced by Trendle Campbell Muir Incorporated, directed by Charles D. Livingston, and edited by Fran Stryker. The part of the Lone Ranger is played by Brace Beamer.